have to go back anyway, but I don't know.
Rain.
Oh,
It's 8:26.
okay. Well, she just stepped on my foot and just told me to move after trying to walk backwards into my lane.
They were careful.
Please do not try to sleep here. Oh wow. That was the weirdest warning ever.
Where are we going?
Are you on a mission to buy as much as you can?
I don't know. Tiffany. I'm going there. That's what you do today.
I didn't do nothing.
You laughing at?
Everything. No, she was making jokes back there, so I was already crying. And then y'all started for a while, right? Look at right here.
She gonna look for coffee. Kittens.
She is serious.
She got it now back. Right. Look at her daughter.
I'm like, nah, I'm not with this.
She been to Africa. Yes, Libby. They keep going. Oh my God.
Come on.
Go ahead. Camera's down for a moment.
Okay.
Oh, my hair.
That's kind of hard with all these people. You gotta be careful we don't kick somebody.
Yes.
Mac. I have no idea.
Have you heard of? No.
I don't know where she at. What are you crying about? Ew!
Exactly. There's no bugs yet.
There's no bugs. Is that it?
What? This?
Is it a roller coaster?
Done with a whirl. No, what is the explanation? What is it? Spin and slide through curves and drops on this time machine coaster.
Look at the big dinosaur, Grayson.
She was walking right into it. She was straight.
Yeah, straight ahead.
I wonder if that's it right there. Oh, really? Where? Right here. Wow. Where's my to say that? You keeping up, good job.
I know, right?
This walk your way online all that time. This
Nasty.
should have went to Starbucks.
Oh my
Found it.
shit.
It's back there.
Wait.
With the big old sign.
Oh, cool. I'm about to get on. The mousetrap.
Stand at any point during the safari. If you have small children, they can be seated in your lap. Just please don't have them stand in your lap, in the seat, or in the row. You should also not hang them outside of the truck. Don't hold them above your head like you were Rafiki and your child is Simba. And don't play hot potato with your children by passing them to every single member of your party. None of these things are very good ideas. They're all kind of unsafe. You are welcome to take as many photos and videos as you'd like. I do recommend it. Just make sure that you have those phones and cameras ready. We won't be able to stop for everything, and everything certainly won't stop for us. And what I mean by that is I will say, everyone, look at that really cool animal. That really cool animal will know that 40 people are going to look at it. It will run away. So just make sure that you are prepared. And remember not to hang those phones, cameras, hats, glasses, lace over your children, Mickey ears, GoPros, anything like that out of the truck, because if it falls out, I cannot get out to retrieve it. I'm not heartless. If you do drop something, just raise your hand and let me know. We'll stop the truck and wave goodbye to it together. Give it a nice proper farewell so we can have some closure. Ideally, though, you will leave this truck with everything and everyone that you entered it with. We're starting the safari by driving through the Little Atiri Forest, known for its antelope. Antelope can be a little shy and they get scared pretty easily. So as we drive through, take a good look behind bushes and tree trunks, because that's where they're most likely to be hiding. As we drive through the reserve, we may see a lot of animals in one area, and I won't be able to identify everything in a single second. So you can take a look above your head. There is an animal spotting guide. We don't always see all of those animals, but we do tend to have pretty good luck. And hopefully today is a lucky one. If you look on the left, it'll be a little hard to pick out. There is a black rhinoceros back there. It's moving its tail around, sleeping, with its face away from us. Looks like a very smooth rock. If you look at where all of those bamboo sticks are, there's a little break. There are more bamboo sticks. That's a black rhino.
Oh, wow.
The black rhino is the smaller rhino. They only weigh 3,000 pounds. Because they weigh 3,000 pounds, they only have one natural predator, and that is the human. There are about 5,000 black rhinos left in the wild right now due to poaching. On the right side of the truck, these are bongos. They're the darker antelope. If you see a bongo up there with no horns, it is a baby bongo. All bongos have horns, regardless of whether they are male or female, and you can tell the difference between them based on how those horns grow. Males have horns that grow straight back. Females have horns that cross the ends.
Wow.
Greater kudu, on the other hand, only have horns if they are male. So this is a female sitting down in the grass. There are 3 females, it looks like. Males have horns that grow to be about 6 feet in length, so it's uncommon to find them in the forest. There's a better view of the black rhino on the left. We almost passed it. Look on the left behind you.
There.
That one's standing up. Back that way, buddy.
Can you see it?
You can see it standing back there. It's moving around a bit. Let's head off to Safi River. Safi River is known as the home to some of Africa's most dangerous creatures. So keep those eyes open and take a good look around. We don't want anything to have the opportunity to sneak up on us. As we search through Safi, the water is the place to look. Any bubble or ripple could be a sign that there is something just beneath the surface. The water is looking unusually still. Don't worry. We're going to drive all the way through Safi River to make sure that we don't miss any. Look on the left, there's a float of hippos. Hippos are called a bloat when they're in a group. And when they communicate with each other, they do something called a wheeze honk. The wheeze honk is so distinctive, it's been compared to the human voice. Hippos can tell each other apart by the way that they wheeze honk. Of course, we don't want to forget about the birds of Safi. These large white birds are pink-backed pelicans. They get their name from the color that they turn during mating season. They form groups called pods. A single pod can have over 1,000 birds in it. These hippos are sleeping underwater. Hippos can stay underwater for about 6 to 8 minutes at a time, and then their body will naturally come up to the top. There's another one on the left as well. It's swimming. My favorite time to look for hippos is when they're hungry hippos. That's because hippos are herbivores. They don't need any meat or fish. They get hungry, they climb out of the water to graze along the banks. That's really the only time you'll see a hippo's full body. Let's see if there's anything just around the river bend. All these blackbirds are vultures, and if you look, there's a baby hippo on the left. Baby hippos are born weighing about 60 to 100 pounds, and then they grow to be about 5,000 pounds. Wow. And the most dangerous animal on the Nile. On the left, it's the Nile crocodile. The Nile crocodile has a jaw so strong it can snap the bones of its prey with just one bite. And they grow as long as a giraffe is tall, which can be about 20 feet. So with the sound of this bird, I don't think that it's wise to stay here long. Instead, I'm going to floor it. And we'll jet off towards the savannah, topping speeds of 8 miles per hour. You'll probably recognize many of the animals that we see in the savannah. It is the home to some of Africa's most famous creatures. It's also one of my favorite places here in Africa, and hopefully you'll get a really good opportunity to see why. As we drive through, I'm going to point out some of my favorite things to you. And then at the end of the safari, you'll all be my best friends. I know, what can I say except you're welcome. On the right, this is a baobab tree, also known as the tree of life or the upside down tree, and that's because its branches look like roots growing up towards the sky. It's called the tree of life because it holds most of its water in its trunks. They do get rather large, and it is my favorite tree. If you don't have a favorite tree, you're not living life right, so just feel free to get it together on the safari. There are plenty of trees for you to choose from. Here we are. This is the savannah. It goes on for miles and miles and miles. That's because it needs lots of room for the abundance of creatures that call the grasslands home. Take a good look out on the left. This is the best view on the reserve.
Wow.
We'll be driving through for a while, so we may see some of your favorites if we haven't seen them all already. The savannah covers about 64% of Africa, so this is the wild Africa that we work so hard to preserve. We talk a lot about making sure that the animals here don't make their way onto the extinct animals list, but it's also important to remember that we need to be protecting their natural habitats as well. That does sound like a big task, but it's not nearly as daunting as it seems. If you store too many animals in their homes as human waste and destroy domesticated animals on the reserve. They're currently being domesticated by the Maasai tribe, and the Maasai uses them as capital or as currency. So the bigger their horns are, the more money they're worth. Well, it doesn't really matter how large the horns get. The cool thing about them is that the inside is hollow. They're shaped like a honeycomb, and that's how they regulate their body temperature. It's like when we get hot, we sweat to cool off, and coldly disperse some of their blood into their horns. And here are those lovely giraffes. We can tell that they're Maasai by their spots. You see those edges are jagged. They had more of a shape to them, more of a quilted pattern. They would be reticulated giraffes. And Coley is mooing. If they had more of a shape to their spots, they would be reticulated giraffe, which is on your animal spotting guide, so you can see that above your head. Aww. On the right, these are springbok. Many people think that they're babies because of their size, but they are full-grown gazelles. They get their name springbok from their ability to spring 6 feet into the air when they're startled or excited. It's about 13 feet when they're running. That's a herd of wildebeest way back out on the right. Wildebeest travel in the most densely packed herds next to humans. So they can be found migrating across the savannah in herds of upwards of 1 million. They like to stick together for safety. So at night, they sleep in circles or in rows. The wildebeest in the middle will sleep, and then the ones on the outer. There's an elephant there on the right, and there's another elephant up ahead.
Ew. Living trees.
Let's drive around to see if we can get a little closer to those elephants. There's one mandrill, but it's very hard to see, so if you can't see it, no worries. It's way out in the back on the left, way in the back in the bushes. It has a blue face. Can you see it back there? It's hiding very well. We'll drive up a bit to see if we can find any more. Due to their color, they hide very well in those bushes. It doesn't look like there are any that are super visible. Oh, there's a baby. Look Let's see if it'll run this way. And it ran the opposite direction. I'm sorry for teasing you. It ran the other way. But let's go see about those elephants. We'll just make a turn and get right next to them unless, of course, the road is closed. But at least we have a decent view. So we do have to take a detour. The good thing is that, she's on the move. Let's drive around to see if she's meeting up with the herd. One of my favorite elephant facts is that baby elephants are the biggest babies in the world. I used to listen to that by my little sister, you all would not believe. The baby elephants are literally the biggest babies in the world. They weigh 300 pounds at birth. The mama elephant is pregnant for 22 months. And then she gives birth to the world's largest bundle of joy, and it is so sweet. And we definitely need more baby elephants. Not just because they're super duper cute like this baby elephant on the left, but because elephants are endangered animals. There are about 96 elephants slaughtered every single day for their tusks, which contain ivory. So does an elephant about every 15 minutes. And if the gestation period is so long, it's impossible for them to repopulate the way that they need to. If you didn't get enough of those giraffes, there is one on the right. But there's a baby elephant on the left. One way that we can help save elephants is by simply recycling. Many times when their homes are being destroyed, it's due to the mining of a mineral called coltan. Since cell phones and batteries. When they're pushed off of their homes, they go closer to farms. Or farmers have been known to shoot elephants to protect their crops, since a full-grown elephant can eat about 200 to 300 pounds of food a day. On the left is a flamboyance of flamingos. I did not make that up. Flamingos are called a flamboyance when they're in a group, and these are greater flamingos. They are born gray. And then they get their pink color from the beta carotene in the shrimp that they eat. Still, they are the lightest color pink of all of the flamingo families. As babies, they don't get their pink color until they're about a year old. There actually is a flamingo down here that's a baby. It's all by itself. I don't really know how to point them out because they all look the same. It's opening its wings and stretching its legs like it's a ballerina.
Oh, right there.
That's a baby. See, its face is gray, but most of its feathers are white. Let's cross over into East Savannah. See if we can find anything moving around out here. There is a mud pit. Mud pits are really good places to look for white rhinos. So we won't have to do much looking. Here they are. White rhinos are the larger rhinos. They weigh about 5,000 pounds. It's just like the black rhino. Their only natural predator is the human. They're poached for their horns, which contain keratin. That's why this sounds familiar to you. It's because we have keratin in our hair and nails. So they are currently being poached for something that we already have and don't necessarily need any more of. However, there are all of those trees are, and then over to the left. I think I may see another one up ahead, so we'll leave that one be and see if we can see any more. There's another one. This one's a little easier to see behind us on the left. It's facing away from us.
Yes, yeah.
That one's laying down in the back left corner. It's another cheetah. If you can't see that one, there's a cheetah.
Oh my gosh.
On the left in front of us, in the front left corner.
Oh yeah.
And we're in front.
And then I don't think that there are any more cheetahs. So I hope you saw one of these. Cheetahs run about 60 to 70 miles per hour. And their mom. Warthogs are small, but they are mighty. They use their tusks to spot anything that comes across their path. And these are zebras. These are Grant zebras, also known as the common zebra. Due to their large population, the other two zebra families, the mountain zebra and the Grevy zebra, are both endangered zebra families. On the right, there's a small nest of eggs.
It's pretty.
On the right side of the truck, underneath that mossy tree, there's a small nest of eggs.
Oh wow.
Does anyone want to take a guess at what laid those eggs?
Right there, sweetie.
No guesses? Ostrich. That is correct. You're so smart. I was hoping someone said zebras.
It's ostrich.
Those are ostrich eggs. And here are the ostriches that laid those eggs. Yeah, they are real ostriches. I'm glad you recognize that. Who brought these kids? Ostriches have one of the most durable eggs in the world. They weigh about 3 pounds. You can fit over a dozen chicken eggs inside of a single ostrich egg. More impressively, a human can stand on an ostrich egg and it will not break. So they don't worry about their eggs too much. Not the bird you want around your children. It's a carnivorous bird that eats other birds. On the left, this is a scimitar horned oryx. It can go 9 months without drinking any water. And they get their name from the shape of their horns, which is shaped like the scimitar sword. If you're unfamiliar with blades, the scimitar sword is what Aladdin uses. And sadly, this is the end of our safari journey. If you'd like to see more animals,
But it don't
Pictures. I'm so sorry. The Mickey shirt. It just threw me. I don't know. Guest relations.
Stay alert.
And you can still hear them marching to this
For reals.
Hard as hell. And if you listen close, you can hear the dead spirits cast.
These shoes are kicking my ass though. For real. It's a boat. Oh, is that one? No, not that one. Which one are we going to?
Rock and roll, because it has like a guitar. So it's
Oh yeah, I know what you were talking about. I saw it. I saw it. That's pretty.
you know where we're going.
It's a theater.
I think I should remember that, but I don't.
Probably new. There's a lot of Star Wars over here.
That number 10.
Here.
Indiana Jones. And where's the...
Because I remember Hollywood John.
Oh, look at the big guitar. Can you do this?
What?
The roller coaster?
I think so. I'm trying to anything right now. That's not bad.
Okay, so...
Popcorn.
It's like a big ass
My chicken, ribs, and fries. My drink. Oh, the peppermint? Yeah.
This tastes good.
She must have forget. This is ABC restaurant, Blackish, other stuff, once upon a time, blah blah blah. Really nice in here.
Sit. You had to sit.
What happened? In here? Oh, they're cute. You want to come? Is it cool water?
30 seconds.
It's cute, right? It is cute.
That bow? Yeah.
Not a bag.
Really good.
Yes.
It's not. That was mom and dad. Okay, yeah. Yes.
Where your mom at? Oh. She went that way.
Should have followed Bryce.
This bus looks totally different in Jersey. Oh, look at this face. It looks like a subway, yo.
And if you don't. That's cute. I would put a sticker on my suitcase because my mom, and she's like, what the hell? No, when I get home, she's already going to be like, what the hell? Because there's like mad scratches on it. But I'm like, then again, you know, it wasn't me. It was the airplane people.
The airplane people. And mine.
If you'd like to see a movie, the roll features are available on channels 39 and 404 to 1. Please review the seat back reference. All complimentary beverage and snacks available.